get careless.
Thanks to the VR training I did on board the Discovery.
Alright, hey everybody. Just doing something here. Because I've been doing that playthrough of Metal Gear Solid 1, I figured, hey, not that many people highlight VR missions that often. Because, I mean, there's the VR missions included with the Metal Gear Solid 1 game, but there's also a completely separate disc called VR missions. In Japan, they have an edition of Metal Gear called Metal Gear Integral, and VR missions with a ton of missions that came with it. But in the US and many other countries, they released it as its own separate video game. But it has pretty cool things like playing as Gray Fox, or doing mystery investigations, or a lot of miniature challenges. So I felt like highlighting a few of these before getting back into the main Metal Gear Solid gameplay that I was doing, where I got up to Psycho Mantis. Was able to get a lot of datas for it. Hopefully I got the right datas, and he'll be able to read all the memory card stuff. Drinking some water here. But I also did a couple of other things too, where I'd be doing the alternative way of beating Mantis, not changing the ports. I'm gonna show off the other way how you can beat Mantis. Because, I mean, everybody knows about the whole port thing, but there's an alternative way of beating it. But, yeah, let's see what else we got here. Take, like, pictures and stuff, but not really one to highlight. Now, here's something interesting. This is, like pre-made footage, like, alpha footage of Metal Gear Solid 1. You can see a lot of stuff that they eventually took out, like a middle health bar or a third-person camera. A lot of features that didn't end up being in the real game, which might have been cool if they included in the real game, but other stuff would have been odd to include because it was an early, PS1 game. Well, not really early. It's more in the later part of its life cycle. Either way, I'm going to play this video that they showed presenting Metal Gear number 1, Metal Gear Solid number 1, and see if you can spot out the differences from this and the actual game that was released. Little history tidbit. A lot of people were familiar with the Nintendo Metal Gear 1 or Snake's Revenge at the time. But this is when they officially announced Metal Gear Solid. Okay, cool. Thanks for stopping by, Phoenix. I know they're messing around with it. They can play around with the camera because of the guys who made the game. There's a lot of stuff that definitely didn't get into the real game. Like, look at the ammo count on that gun. That is totally not what happened. Or the position of these hallways here. That's also, like, different than what they originally... Well, not what they ended up doing in the actual game. Gray Fox jumping in the hallway here. You didn't see this at all in the, actual game. See some of that, third-person camera going on. Funny enough, the way how Gray Fox moves in this is almost exactly how he moves, like, in the actual VR missions you can play with him. I feel like that there's that middle health bar. They also cite Snatcher and Police Knots, but only people in the US would recognize Snatcher. They wouldn't be familiar with Police Knots. And look at all that ammo just for his pistol. It's nuts. Oh, and this right here, like Meryl running away from like a Nikita missile. Night vision goggles are different. Oh, also the exclamation points are more like the traditional type. Same with the alert on the right side. There's like so many differences you pick out between this early footage and what they ended up doing. You got like regular blue cones for the field of vision. I think even the way how Snake runs with the pistol is a little bit different. He also has like the pistol equipped on the nuclear core, which you're not supposed to be able to, otherwise the nuke would explode. Oh yeah, that's another thing too. Like, I think if you notice carefully, he's like crouch walking, which they didn't include until like way later in the series. Like in MGS4. They show, like, this early footage of, like, MGS1. They show him crouch walking. It's nuts how, like, so many things are different. Man, that's a lot of C4. Can't do that in the real game. And I'd love to get my hands on like this alpha build or something at some point. I know it's probably gone or lost to time, but it would be so rad to just mess around with the stuff that they're thinking about, but they didn't end up actually putting in the real game. Like Meryl on the roof, that totally did not happen. It's crazy how they changed a lot of stuff. Now I'm not gonna play these other videos. These other videos were like for like Tokyo Game Show, but it's just footage of regular Metal Gear Solid 1, which a lot of people are probably familiar by now. So instead, I'll get straight to it. I'll show a little bit of the Gray Fox stuff. A little bit after that, I'm thinking about doing some of the mystery missions. There's a whole detective mode that you can do in VR missions. And if we have enough people, I'll listen to everybody's chat commands and see if they can figure out the mysteries. But for now, I'm not going to say I'm the best player at the Gray Fox missions, but I'll just show it off a little. Still like that theme though. Maybe mess around with the volume too. Just a little bit. Yeah, okay, that should do it. Oop, gotta go back to the game. There we go. So yeah, here we go, Gray Fox. Playable Gray Fox. Now, crazy enough, there's a PC version of MGS1 that lets you do the Gray Fox missions. Surprised nobody figured out how to modify that to make more missions for Gray Fox, because he only gets like 3 missions. You think they make more modes for him? But yeah, this is like pre-Metal Gear Rising or Metal Gear with Vengeance as well, and you're already playing as Cyber Ninja here. Slash while running. You gotta jump here. You also grab people and do a slash. You can do the electric field from his boss battle. Got stealth camo. Got general slashes. You can also do it while moving normally. You know, first person camera. Doesn't exactly have a codec or anything, it's just a VR mission. He's got like jumping and stuff. And you can also block bullets if you're good at timing things. But yeah, I wish like PC modders could like just take the PC version of Metal Gear Solid 1 and then just give them like a ton of missions or something. Make that Hideo Kojima game that he wanted to make, where it shows how Gray Fox became a cyborg or got to Shadow Moses, or what he was doing on his side or something. I mean, the PC game's already like 15 years old, so compared to like modifying a late 2000s game, it should be like way easy in comparison. I'm really surprised nobody tried messing around with these game mechanics yet in mods, or tried making mods for the PC version of Metal Gear Solid 1.
Who's that?
See, technically, you don't even have to get caught for the whole thing, because you can just play the whole thing stealth, but it takes away some stuff from your health bar. Same thing with that electric field. It's crazy how he can jump. He doesn't crouch or anything, or climb down, or whatever. He just does his slashes and jumping. So it kind of plays like Metal Gear Solid 1, but it's also different. It's odd. See, it's gonna do the little dance mix for a second, but now it's fine. Yeah, it still has the Metal Gear 2 alert theme. So that's cool. Got the Metal Gear 2 alert theme. That's fun. It's really interesting playing this because he doesn't have any gun equips or anything. He just has like the sword and a couple of extra skills and stuff. Again, it would be really cool if somebody could figure out how to get the game mechanics from the PC version of this to make original stages for him or something. Because people started modifying the PC version for Snake himself, but I'm surprised nobody did anything for Gray Fox yet. Seriously, look, like, wouldn't this be kind of fun? Like, doing it in like a MGS1 environment, or to go through like Shadow Moses, but then you do like some crazy stunts like this. 2 targets left. Again, I'm not really the best person at getting the quickest time on these, but I'm just kind of highlighting stuff right now. Because I feel like not that many people highlight VR missions as often as they should. There's a lot of fun stuff to do in VR missions. Besides this Gray Fox stuff, you got like, target practice, you got puzzles you can solve, you got, like I said, you got a whole mystery mode. And this is cool. Like, find and destroy Snake. If you get the wrong person or spotted, the training mission is aborted. Like, they're specifically trying to get you to hunt down Snake himself. Now, I'm probably gonna get caught because, again, I'm not really the best player at this type of deal, but worth a shot. And I'm gonna die because of the stealth camo going. So we get to see that animation. Yeah, you get to die by using his own stealth camo. It's kind of weird. You think it'd be like infinite, but then again, it wouldn't make the VR mission. It'd make it too easy if you could just keep the stealth on. But if somebody were to make a mod to play this game whenever, or not play this game, but for a Gray Fox mode. Oops. And somebody made a mod for a Gray Fox mode, and they wanted to include his mechanics, I'd say they'd be able to enable it so that he could keep the stealth on for a limited time, but it wouldn't drain away from his health. No way to like simply... No way to like simply just what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, there's no way of just knocking these dudes out as Gray Fox. You have to kill them, but you can't do it on this mission. This one's just hunting Snake, which I know he's in a specific spot, but can't really, yeah, it's gonna be knocked out there. So what I'm gonna do is go back to that spot where I just was, but then use a first-person camera, and hopefully nobody would be able to see me from there. Like, back in the day when I was younger, I was able to do this thing, no problem, no stealth mode. I was able to, like, hunt him down pretty easily, but things have changed since, the 90s. Supposed to be hunting Snake. But where could he be? Whoop! Who's that? And he snuck up right behind me. Best stealth master ninja ever. So I know he's not there. And I can't kill anybody else. There's no knockout. I'll probably get caught by a dude who's like on the bottom here. Bingo! He actually has the snake yell too, it's great. Not bad. See, look, only 24 seconds, which is off from the maximum, which is 20, about. Now, I don't really have too much time to highlight him, but basically, he looked exact like his face. They put Snake's head on top of a Geonome soldier. It's pretty funny. But yeah, that's like 3 little missions on there. Again, I wish somebody would just take the PC version of VR missions and figure out how to modify their own stages or something. I don't know, I'll talk to like a mod community or something at some point. But what we're going to do next, actually I'll just do a little target practice thing real quick. And then go into mystery. because I want to see if get people in chat here they could solve the mysteries of VR missions detective mode. It's Metal Gear Solid mixed with a little old Click Adventure mysteries. Not really a quick adventure because you're still moving around in the Metal Gear Solid 1 engine, but a little investigation, see if they can solve the crime. But till then, go back. Weapon mode. It's a little target thing. Still have that dance remix on the sound bit, but it's better than having weird glitches on the visuals like I did that one time.
Impressive, Snake.
Probably do it faster.
Impressive, Snake.
Alright, now let's see the actual timed version. Oh, they had it at like 4 seconds.
Impressive, Snake.
Ooh, 241. Yeah, they had a, like, super, like, proficiency. Oh, well. Not gonna be able to get it. Yeah, not gonna get the record on this one. Wasn't intending to do this one, but, it ended up happening. Yeah, that ain't happening. Okie dokie. Let me actually try doing this one before I just wanted to redo the other one, but ended up actually playing this. Yeah, you hear Colonel Campbell there. Didn't get the record on there, but I'm not trying to do that. I just wanted to show that I can do the mission now. Now that that's out of the way. Was it advanced mode? Nah. Alright.
Impressive, Snake.
Wow, 4 seconds. Like 4 seconds on that one almost. Okay, back to special. Mystery. Now, if we have anybody in the chat, the actual chat here, I mean, I know I'm being hosted by at least one other person, so it's showing more people who are actually in here. But for those who are actually in the chat right now, who can talk to me, I'm going to be doing a mystery mode. I'm going to, like, I know most of the mysteries because, you know, I played this game for a long time. Like this, like, long ago. Still remember it, got it fresh in the brain. But if you want to try solving the mysteries, I'm going to leave that option open. I'm going to look at all the clues, and if you can figure out who did the crime, then feel free to sound out in the chat, and I'll take your lead on that. So here's the first mystery. Broken camera. Catch and escort the criminal to the goal. Soldiers who banged into the camera. Like, the soldier who banged into the camera is the criminal. Bum bum bum. Now, before I actually do the mystery, gonna do a thing real quick. Because there's a couple things I can do before solving the mystery. Might be able to get a couple people in on the case. Calling up for backup, if you will, to help me solve the crime. In retrospect, I probably should have left one of the movies running before I... You know, I'll do that real quick. And then I'll get the backup, and then we can solve the crime. So, exit real quick. I'll have one of the Tokyo Game Show movies playing, and see if we can get that extra backup. Override the save file. Extra. Or extra. Tokyo Game Show, Roll A. This feature film was shown at the Tokyo Game Show spring 1998. Awesome. Polygon demo.
Alaska Fox 諸島沖のことを
I don't really have subtitles there. If you know Metal Gear, you pretty much know what he's talking about. He's basically saying the whole Foxhound took over the Shadow Moses Island.
島を占拠した。彼らが政府に突きつけた要求はビッグボスの遺体だ。それが24時間以内に受け入れられない場合、彼らは核を発射すると通告してきている。君に依頼する任務は2つ。廃棄所に潜入して人質として囚われたダーパ局長ドナルド・アンダーソン、アームステック社社長ケネス・ベイカーの両名を救出すること、そしてテロリストの核発射能力の有無を調査し、事実ならばそれを阻止することだ。
誰だ？助けに来た。ダーパの局長ドナルド・アンダーソンだな。ここである新型兵器の演習が行われていたのだ。兵器史上に残るな。まさかメタルギア？知っているのか？メタルギアは極めて機密性の高いブラックプロジェクトの一つ。どこでその名を知った？触るな。
So classic theme.
そのワイヤーに触れるとそいつともども C4 が爆発する。お前はリボルバー・オセロット。ここはレイブンの縄張りだ。アラスカにヘビは似合わん。いいぞ、その調子だ。ひざまずくがいい。誰だ？
名前などない。お前と同じ。
その強化国家国。俺の力を信じてない。世界最高のリーディング能力とサイコキネシス、正真正銘の力だ。無駄だ、言っただろう。俺はサイコマンテス。時に怪我をした狐を襲うこともある。M1 戦車に乗っていた男か。喜べ、お前は俺に認められている。これは競技ではない、ただの殺し合いだ。さあ、お前が何者かじっくりと見せてもらおう。
君がこんなに女らしいとは思わなかった。
こんなところで言う口説き文句ではないわね。
これは訓練ではない、生死をかけた戦いだ。ヒーローもヒロインもいない。負ければただの犬死にだ。
もう自分を偽るのやめたの。私も連れてって。ここなら私の方が詳しい。
足手まといだ。
足手まといにはならないわ。誓うわ。
もしそうなったら
構わず私を撃って。
メリル伏せろ。メリル。
私の代わりに生き抜いてスネーク。
Now I think about it, this is Tokyo Game Show highlight. It's a little bit of a spoiler-esque thing, don't you think? They're showing a lot of late game stuff.
こんなに近いと外す方が難しいわね。世界の一流暗殺者の 65% が女だってこと知らないの？忘れない。お前を仕留めるまでお前しか見えない。私はスナイパーウルフ。
メタルギアが開発された真の目的は何だ？
移動可能な TMD だよ。
嘘だ。今回のメタルギアが単なる格闘最北戦車ではないことは分かってる。
一体何のこと？
リキッド！俺は復讐の機会すら貴様に奪われた。だが親父は俺を選んだ。
Yeah, it's like almost every cutscene after a boss fight. They're already showing Liquid taking Metal Gear right there. That's like they were promoting this at Tokyo Game Show. And you think they wanted to keep some of the secrets? Alright, I got like one more movie over here. Congrats to the actual game sequence. Unlike the last one, which I guess was more cutscene heavy. Load up something in the background while the game is still running. Ah, yeah. Dreaded stairs from earlier. Alright. So, I know I played this earlier, but I'm still in the middle of doing something here, so... I was going to play the E3 video one more time, then the opening sequence, and then we'll do some actual detective investigation mode right afterwards. Ah, it's still frozen on here. Whoops. Sorry about that. Could have sworn it was still playing the video when I was looking at the thing. Whoopsie. Guess you guys were just getting music for a minute. Here, let me restart that then. Actually, before I do that, let me do that thing I gotta do on the desktop first, then do it, because it would seem kind of weird to go back to it where it's frozen while it's doing its thing. Uno momento. If anything, if you could hear that, you might be getting some keyboard sounds, which I know some people like. There we go. Any second now. Loading, loading, loading. Do. I kind of miss the music. What happened in the music? Okay, got this loaded up. Loaded. And that is active. Great. Okay, now to move that away and get over here. Get over here. I can't really do a scorpion, but you know what I mean. Just to show that the game is still active. There you go. Alright. Now, here's that video again. Gonna be playing this, then the opening movie, then detective mode. You heard of Detective Pikachu, but wait till you see Detective Solid Snake. I personally think he's better, but don't tell anyone. Oh, it's on rap mode. That rap mode is keep on showing up as a thing. Seriously, like at some point I'm just gonna like go back and get to the archive of these streams and then just get every single time and start skipping like that, and actually make a real remix out of it. That'd be fun. Because there was a Beat Mania version of the Metal Gear Solid game. It was also made by the same company at the time. It was a pretty fun soundtrack. Oh yeah, alluding to the Gray Fox mode. That happened in VR missions. Seriously, how's that pistol have that much ammo? It's nuts. Thank you, Windows, for adding on to the music by playing your own little melody. Add that to the dance mix. Things that change from the actual real games happen. Whoa. Okay, note to self, do not leave that leaning on the desk while you are streaming. I never have been. So, I'll be right back. You might hear me. Good. Good yourself. Also keep a clean desk while you're streaming. You don't want multiple things falling, like what just happened right now. Totally professional stream. Definitely worth that affiliate status I got recently. Emote sending. And one more to go before detective mode. Oh, hey, Nevermore. What up? Just showing a few movies first before I go into VR Missions Detective Mode, where I try to see if the chat can solve the crime. Hopefully using the honor system where they don't just, look up the answer online or anything. But I want to see if people can solve the crime without, looking up the exact way how to do it. Oh, this is Metal Gear Solid VR Missions. I mentioned this before, but I'll mention it again for the sake of prosperity. Basically what happened was, in Japan, there was a re-release of Metal Gear Solid 1 that was, like, enhanced which also had a disc on it that included more VR missions that had a couple of extra challenges, time trials, stuff that would be really good for speedrunners, stuff to show off your skills. They also had like a puzzle mode, a detective mystery mode where Snake has to solve crimes, which I'm going to be showing off in a moment, and a mode where you get to play as Gray Fox before, you got to play as a cyborg ninja in Metal Gear Rising. Revengeance. There's also photography mode and a couple of other things, and I shall be highlighting that in a moment. But I promise folks to show the actual opening cutscene if you just leave it on the main menu for a while. I'll show that first, and then we're going to hop into detective mode. At detective mode, I'll show off again the Gray Fox mode, a couple of other challenges before probably going back to my Metal Gear Solid 1 playthrough, where I left it off at Psycho Mantis, because I believe I got all the save data for it. So Psycho Mantis can say a couple of other crazy things by reading my memory card. I'm also going to show the alternative way how to beat Psycho Mantis if you can't use the second control report. Oh yeah, no. Like if you could play Metal Gear on the Oculus, that'd be rad. Demo. Not the demo I wanted to show, but apparently they have a separate demo video than the one I was intending. Now this is taken directly off the actual VR missions that they had in the original Metal Gear Solid. They included those missions in the game as a thing, so it's not just completely new missions. You still have the original VR missions from the original Metal Gear Solid disc, but they also added a ton of other features. So hopefully this time, if I leave it on the main menu, don't touch anything, then we'll get the real demo video I wanted to show. My video's frozen. Oh, that's weird. It's looking fine on the stream here. For a second. Wait a minute. Okay. Yeah, now there we go. Fixed it. Had another window running in the background. Had to close it. It's weird. But yeah, here's the actual opening video I wanted to show people. So I was going through all the videos that are on the disc. There's a couple of bonus videos that showed a prototype version of Metal Gear Solid with a lot of bonus features and stuff that didn't end up being in the real game. Like a mental health bar, or a third-person camera, or having 9,999 ammo for the SOCOM pistol for some reason. I'm still kind of freaked out by that. Oh, you just started watching Gundam The Origin. Nice. Yeah, catch up on that. They're showing the last OVA later on in a few months, I believe. They're showing the last one right before the remake of the original Gundam series. They didn't officially announce the remake of the original Gundam series, but we know it's happening. It's gonna be like their 40th anniversary. There's no way they're not gonna do that. The 40th or 45th or 50th? Well, it's gonna be a milestone anniversary. Doing pen clicking into the Metal Gear. But yeah, once this is done, I'm gonna go into detective mode and see if we can solve the crimes. This game has a detective mode. Again, using the honor system. If you know the actual hand system stuff, then don't say anything. Just say who you think, quote, is the culprit. Okay, yeah. 40th anniversary.
Don't get careless.
See, that's already showing the investigation right there. He has to figure out who murdered the Genome soldier. And that's highlighting the Gray Fox mode.
Thanks to the VR training I did on board the Discovery.
DZ Discovery Zone. And there we go. There's the opening movie. Now let's go do that detective mode. Oh yeah, no kidding. Like, Metal Gear did a lot of stuff ahead of time. This is one of the first games to show you could actually be cinematic with video games as well, and they use that as a precedent for later games. I mean, first you had stuff like early, like, Resident Evil dub type things, where it's like, don't open that door, you almost became a Jill sandwich. And other stuff like that. I'm not sure if it matches up exactly because of the years and release dates of that game compared to Metal Gear, but, like, you know, stiff acting like that. What a mention. But then Metal Gear came out and was like, okay, yeah, we got to be super serious about cinematic about other things. And then you got better games coming out that were more cinematic and actually took the action and cutscenes seriously. But where was I? Mystery mode. Gotta be Detective Solid Snake and figured out who is the culprit of the murder of the lone Genome soldier. Yeah, when Konami used to make new and innovative stuff. I don't know what happened to Konami. They used to be so good. Made a lot of good games. They even made good licensed. They also made good licensed games, especially for Ninja Turtles and Animaniacs and stuff like that. But I don't know, just something happened to them. But enough of that. Let's be a detective. Detective Solid Snake. Because we could have got Detective Pikachu, but we got Detective Solid Snake instead. Mystery Level 01. Broken camera. Catch and escort the criminal to the goal. The soldier who banged into the camera is the criminal. Yeah, maybe get Detective Smash Bros. Alright. Nobody move. This is a crime scene. Who could have killed this lone Genome soldier? He was taken before his time. See, if you notice right here, it's still using the Metal Gear Solid 1 engine and everything for VR missions, but there's going to be some differences. I mean, sure, you got like punch and kick and you got stuff right there, but you don't really have anything equipped on here. Kind of wish you could have the cigarettes so you can smoke while trying to figure out the mystery. What we can do is figure out all the clues, like this broken camera. The culprit destroyed the camera on his way out. But how did he do it? The camera was there, and then it got knocked over. Let's start with the questioning. Culprit number 1. Did he do the murder? Could be. I mean, he's another Genome soldier. Oh yeah, it's also what people in the 90s thought VR would be like. Funny enough, it's not too far off of what VR actually is, except for we're not physically in the space. Visually, it's pretty similar. Maybe even better. But yeah, everybody thought VR would be the top thing in the 90s, but then people kind of forgot about VR and kind of moved on, and eventually it kind of looped around. We finally figured out 3D technology, and from there, people started looking at VR again. Are you the culprit? If I punch him, does he do anything? That antagonize you? Were you the guy who killed the other Genome soldier? Tell me, did he do it? Nah, you're clean. This guy seems pretty suspicious, though. In comparison to that guy over there. Somebody did the mystery. Somebody did the culprit. Now we got 3 suspects. Here's suspect number 2. I'm gonna do a look around on here, see if anybody sees anything suspicious on these guys. If you see anything, feel free to call it out. Now, those guys seem pretty guilty. But let's see with culprit number 3. Did this guy do the crime? I don't know. I mean, just because he's huge, it doesn't mean he did the crime, but let's see what he's got on him. He's got a bruise on his forehead, though. Kind of suspicious. Or could he knock out the camera? Did you do it? Did you do it? Seems kind of suspicious, don't you think? So, what do you guys think? Who out of these 3 guys did the crime? I mean, it could be anybody. I don't want to be too hasty on my judgment, but we gotta look at all the clues. Just to be clear, the culprit knocked down that camera somehow after killing that genome soldier. This one right here. Ah, you think it might be the 12-foot giant, eh? I mean, I'm not hearing any contradictory claims or anything, so let's see if he did do it. And we bagged him and tagged him.
Impressive, Snake.
He was the culprit. Yeah, well, I mean, it could have been Snake. Who knows? Let's see how the next mystery turns out. And our next big caper. Worthy of Sherlock Holmes, but better yet, worthy of Solid Snake. Detective Solid Snake. Add to the stat remix. Sucks. Someone has taken the criminal's mask. Mystery level 02. Now this is going to be a different type of mystery. We still have another murder perp. But this time, the guy was able to take his mask. Kind of suspicious, don't you think? We'll avenge him. In this infinite VR war. Or finite VR war. Avenge him. Finite VR war. What's this here? We got another clue. It's a sock. But how do we know if it's a clue yet? It's hard to say if it is a clue. Now, why would a sock be here? This investigation starts getting crazier by the minute. Why would a sock be here? Alright, now let's look at the new culprits. Alright, we got a genome soldier here. Now, his mask seems a little bit off color. A little bit odd. That's a little indentation on there. Interesting. Sounds like a regular genome soldier. Grab him like a regular one, too. Flip that guy over to go to culprit number 3. Did you do the crime? You did the crime. You gotta do the time. This guy also has a mask. Doesn't have the little indentation, though. But I don't know. Could still be the dude. That could be a shadow on his boots, or it could be the blood of his victim. Hard to tell. Alright, it seems to be fine over that way. He also flips normally as well. Now what about you? I flipped you earlier. Does that take you off? Does it remind you of a crime you might have done? Tony. Knocked out, he seems to be okay, normal, getting back up. So, what do you think, Chad? Who out of these three dudes did the crime? Ooh, here's something too. These guys seem to be about lined up around the same spot. But this guy, he's on a different row of squares entirely. We have suspect number 3. Suspect number 2. Suspect number 1. Can you spot the difference between these three? You think it might be the left one? I mean, it could be the left one. Not entirely sure. His mask does seem a little bit off, though. The guy on the left's mask is a sock. Could be. I mean, it kind of matches the same color as this sock over here. You think he could be the culprit? Don't want to be too hasty, but he might be the culprit. If he's the culprit, then sound out and I'll take him in. You have all the time in the world, and by all the time in the world, we mean 2 minutes. Alright, let's bag him. Ah, he's struggling. Ah, he got out of my grasp. This guy's slippery. Not for too long. You're coming with me. Can we get him in time? You might lose the mystery. He keeps on struggling. And just barely got it.
Impressive, Snake.
We saw the crime. Time for crime number 3. See if we can solve it. Mystery level 03. Popsicle. Seems like the enemy was having a popsicle. He likes the ice cream. Yeah, that last guy almost got away with the crime. Let's see if this guy can get away with it or not. Or if we can solve the mystery before he scoots town. Sea salt ice cream. Could be a Kingdom Hearts character. They finally realized that their storylines are almost confusing as Metal Gear. You will be avenged. Alright. We got 3 suspects again. Let's make it count. Suspect number 1. Looks like a regular genome soldier, mostly. Sounds like one. Grab him like one, too. I don't know. He seems clean to me, but not entirely sure. From behind, looks about the same. Suspect number 2. Suspect number 2. Suspect number 2. Still seems kind of suspicious. Moving on. Suspect number 3. See, this is harder. Hard to say who did it. He looks like a regular Geonome soldier as well. Sounds like one. Grabs like one as well. So what is the difference between these 3 Geonome soldiers? Let's look at the clues. The guy is eating a popsicle. This place seems pretty cold already, as you can tell from earlier. There's foggy breath from everyone. Snake has foggy breath. The Geonome soldiers have foggy breath. They're all foggy. Except, as the chat says, this guy, for some reason, isn't breathing out the fog. Could he be the culprit? Would a popsicle prevent him from having cold breath? You think it would enhance it even more? Unless it's a special type of popsicle. Aha! His mouth is already cold because he was eating a popsicle. He could be the culprit. Let's find out. And he was the culprit.
Impressive, Snake.
Such a Snake is taking down criminals and list down names. Time for the 4th mystery. Mystery level 04. Nearsighted. Too nearsighted to even see the wall. Ooh, that's interesting. Here's the murder vic. Like many of the other murder victims, he was taken out right in the spot. But unlike them, he was able to knock out the criminal's glasses. Ooh, suspicious. Ooh, now you got walls separating the thing. Could be this guy. He's breathing something cold. Sounds like a normal dude. Could be choking out normal. Hard to say. Now this seems to be like a nearly different environment, so gotta explore around a bit. Middleman. Were you the one who did it? Seems to be a regular Geonome soldier. Hard to say. He's going back to duty right after getting beat up. 3rd dude. He also is grabbing fine. Who could it possibly be? Seems to be one tough mystery. Yeah, this mystery seems to be very hard. Who could have done the crime? It could be any one of these guys. Very tough mystery. Not that many clues to go off of this time around. Saying drag him away from the wall, huh? See what happens. Oh. Now that guy just ran right into it. Suspicious. Don't you think? He keeps on running into the wall. And the perp was nearsighted. I think it might be this guy. And it was.
Impressive, Snake.
Detective Snake strikes again. Can't see the wall without his glasses. The getaway. Capture the fleeing criminal. Oh no. This might take a couple tries. If he's running away from me, it's hard to tell who it could be. Not even sure if I'm following the right dude anymore. The perp got away. Not sure if I can get him in time. And I got him. Second time's the charm.
Impressive, Snake.
But I'll always remember the one perp who got away. Snake's one failed mission as a detective. It'll haunt him for the rest of his detective career. It'll be in his autobiography. Oh, hey, Akari, what's up? We're playing Detective Solid Snake. He's been going on mysteries and taking names. Going against all the criminals. Because this is Detective Snake, not Solid Snake. Detective Solid Snake. Completely different, like Detective Pikachu. Let's see if we can solve the next mystery. Mystery 06, the dying message. Johnny was the criminal, the guard from the solitary confinement cell. Johnny? Could he be the criminal? Johnny did it bad. Johnny Metal Gear could possibly be the culprit. You, sir, will be avenged. He wrote it in his own blood. The plot thickens. Which one could possibly be Johnny? Go with possible suspect number 1. He looks like a regular GNM soldier. Seems to be getting up okay. What about you? Are you a regular dude? Oh. Now that seems like a familiar way of falling down. What about you? Who do you guys think is the suspect? It could be anyone. But that way how this GNM soldier falls down seems very familiar. If you think you know who the culprit is, sound off on the chat down there. Is it suspect number 1, suspect number 2, or suspect number 3? Remember, the clue was that it could be Johnny. Johnny. The guy in the white clothing. Yeah, I have a very high suspicion that it is the guy in the white clothing. But which one? Could be a conspiracy. They could all be working together. Seems to be a very hard case for Detective Solid Snake. The guy who falls down differently. Yeah, when he falls down, it's very familiar. It kind of seems like the way Johnny would fall down. See if it was him. And we got Johnny.
Impressive, Snake.
So it was Johnny Metal Gear. Let's see if we can solve the next case, though. Detective Snake always gets his man. Eventually. Oh, hey, Alien. We're playing Detective Solid Snake. He's solving mysteries. Mystery 07, Footprints. Capture the criminal by tracking the footprints. Alright, so we gotta use our keen sense of detective skills to figure out who the culprit was. He will be avenged. Ooh, footprints here, eh? See if Detective Solid Snake can figure them out. Where does it go from here? Does it go up, or does it go to the right? Hard to say. And they're disappearing. Maybe it's the right, or maybe it's this guy. I'm narrowing it down between these two. But who could it be? Who could it possibly be? Can't be this guy. Has to be one of these two. What do you think, chat? Is it suspect number 3? Or suspect number 2? The clues, they disappeared on us through the snow. So you're gonna have to trust your gut instincts on this. Whose footprints are these? You guys think it's middle? I got 2 votes for the middle suspect here. Suspect number 2. Anybody saying number 3? Or are we all agreeing on number 2? That's 3 for middle. Everybody says middle dude? Alright, let's see if middle guy is the culprit. And he was the culprit!
Impressive, Snake.
Nothing gets past Detective Solid Snake. Alright, on to the next mystery. Mystery level 08. A feeble man. Observe the suspects well, because the real criminal tends to be nervous and jittery. Which is kind of like how some of the stuff is stuttering sometimes. Because of the way I got the game running, but whatever. Anyway, Detective Solid Snake is on the case. You will be avenged. He says that to all the victims that were cut down because of crime. Are you the culprit? Are you the culprit? Are you the culprit? Not sure if an innocent man would be knocked out that easily. I got my eye on you. Heartbeat. Heartbreak. Heartbeat. Heartbreak. He also seems to be knocked out pretty easily. Where's the trigger? Where is it? You want to give it to an ordinary GNM soldier? Seem to be knocked out very easily. Now, which one of you guys did it? You got something to say to me? I told you I have my eye on you. Give me any one of these 3 guys. Is it suspect number 1? That's suspect number 2. Or suspect number 3. Any one of these guys could be the culprit. No one cared who the culprit was till they put on the mask. Of course. Joker thinks it's suspect number 2. But I don't know. Suspect number 1. Got my eye on him. Could still also be suspect number 3. What does anybody else think? Who could the culprit be? Can be any one of these dudes. Get out of here, suspect number 1. Pretending he's innocent. He might not commit this crime, but I know he did something. Yeah, that's true. None of them are getting jittery. None of them had their morning coffee. But who could it be? Has to be somebody. Joker thinks it's suspect number 2, but I don't know. It needs to be number 3. Or number 1? Huh? You got something to say to me? Yeah, that's what I thought. I got another person saying for number 2. It's gonna be breathing around the same pace. This is for him, maybe. Well, number 2 is the one that people in chat have been saying, so let's see if he did it. And it was number 2.
Impressive, Snake.
Could have sworn number 1 did something. I have a feeling we haven't seen the last of suspect number 1. Might not have committed this crime, but I know he's guilty of something. On to the next mystery. Mystery level 09. Disguise. The criminal has bad eyesight. So bad that even he mistook Snake for someone else. Ooh. What could that mean? Another glasses perp. You will be avenged. There's a clue. More glasses. Who could the culprit be? Is it suspect number 1? Not the same suspect number 1 from before, no. He's oddly missing this time around. We'll probably run into him later. Is it suspect number 2? He seems to fall normal like a GNM soldier. Or is it suspect number 3? Could be any one of them. Not sure who could be. Hey, was it you? Or was it you? Or maybe it was you. You want to tell me something? You know, just between us? You can tell me anything. You can be anything. Nothing? Hard to say. This is a difficult case for Detective Solid Snake. Say bottom right. Not seeing anything super suspicious about this guy. Let's look at the clues again. Got the perp. We got his glasses. We got the perp somewhere in this room. We got the Vic right here, but he's able to knock down the perp's glasses. We got this whole room with them. Oh, what's this now? Hidden room. Detective Solid Snake's never seen this room before. Airpiece. Interesting. Dun dun dun. Detective Solid Snake is now Detective Liquid Snake. Or James Liquid Moriarty. Now this is interesting. Detective Solid Snake in disguise. At ease, soldier. You're not saluting. That guy saluted me. But you're not. That's insubordination. I'm Liquid Snake. You're also not saluting. You gotta salute your commanding officer. This guy knows what's up. recommend you. But which one of these guys is the culprit? The culprit is missing his glasses and murdered this man. Who could it possibly be? Is it suspect number 3, suspect number 2, or suspect number 1? Oh, you want to salute the... You want to arrest the saluting man. Ah, right. He should know that Liquid always goes shirtless. Especially when it's cold Alaska weather. Are you the culprit? Let's find out. Ah, he's a slippery one. But nothing eludes Detective Solid Snake.
Impressive, Snake.
And he was the culprit. Now time for one final mystery. The greatest mystery of them all. Let's see if Detective Solid Snake can figure it out. What a mansion. Open up. It's Detective Solid Snake. Head of Solid Snake demands entry. This is an investigation. We're worried a Genome soldier's life might be in danger. Open up. They don't seem to want to open up for Detective Solid Snake. What to do? There's only one thing we can do. Stop it. Don't open that door. Almost become a Solid Snake sandwich. Only one more thing to do then. Time to bust this door open. Detective Solid Snake style. Alright, this is an investigation. Mystery level 10. Sealed room. Investigate the room and solve the mystery of a murder behind closed doors. You will be avenged. Broken vase. Boss. A rifle. Antique style. Liquid Snake painting. But he seems different there. Small potted plant. So many clues. But what does it all mean? No idea who that's supposed to be. Wink, wink. The time of the murder. Seem to have something below here. Old time cordless phone. Solid Snake is on the case, but what do all these clues mean? Trophy and another potted plant. There's some pills involved. Did they poison him? Could have been poison. Lion statue. TK. Could that be the name of the murderer? Solid pizza. Broken laptop. I don't know, that solid pizza seems very suspicious. Katana blade. A Metal Gear box. Is it a Metal Gear model? Is it the Kurabakia Metal Gear model? A sword. So many possible murders. Could have been Colonel Mustard in this room with a candlestick. Hard to tell. What's this? Personal photo. You seem to be well versed for friends. One dude with a halo, though, on the right side. Suspicious, don't you think? The vase seems to be missing there. Maybe the vase that was missing here is the vase that was over here. What a mystery. The bruised mask from the giant killer. Seems to be a combination of all of our cases thus far. Because that mask was the same mask from our very first case. Could be Raiden's sword over there. Possibly. But this is Metal Gear Solid 1. Raiden doesn't exist yet. Carving on this side. Something by this potted plant. It's a key. Or a shaver. Can't really tell. But it's definitely suspicious. This animal is also suspicious. Is it an ocelot or a tiger? Running out of time. It's a pass up there. Or a face. What do you want to call it? The murder was on the television. Somebody was recording it all. PT, personal trailer. Could be tied into that. Whatever it is, Detective Solid Snake will figure it out. Broken chair. Yeah, if there's a broken screen there, that means there's a camera somewhere around here. But where? Really tough case for Detective Solid Snake. Wait a minute. That's one of the previous murders. They were watching all the murders here. Could it be? Suspect number 1 from that other case. He's come back. He's behind everything. I knew it. Wasn't just one of the murders, he was behind them all. He must have hired the other suspects, who ended up being culprits. It's all part of one larger gambit. I had to tell them the news. But how? I still have to solve this murder. But time is running out.
Impressive, Snake.
Oh man, that one always gets me. See, what happened was he passed out, landed on a ketchup bottle, while breaking the chair and vase he was looking at. Ah, man. Love watching that one. Kojima was definitely having fun with that last case. And what is this? Confidential. A reward for being a very good detective. A little hint at what is to come. Yeah, that's the only time you can actually see the hint at Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Ray beforehand on the VR missions disc. As soon as you get 100%, you get a little hint at the next Metal Gear. Besides this, there was also a little hint at Ghost Babel, the Game Boy Color game, where you actually had to be a detective, Solid Snake, to figure out the clues of who Jack is at the end of Ghost Babel and what that image we just saw was. So yeah, that's a little fun. So I'd also say I'd show a little bit more of the ninja again. Again, not the best Gray Fox player out there, but can still show some stuff. Ninja level 1. Slash up all targets and head for the goal. And this is also, again, before Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Looks like Metal Gear Solid 1, but you got all these abilities that you couldn't possibly do with Snake. Sword slashing, gun deflecting, gun bullet deflecting, electrical field, activatable stealth camo, sword slashers, moving sword slashers, sword leaps. Let's do it. Gray Fox is so hard to handle, because he's a cyborg ninja. He's not like Solid Snake and his sneaking around. Hey, you're that ninja. Do you remember, Snake? The feel of battle, the clashing of bone and sinew. Ninja level 2. Eliminate 30 enemy soldiers and head for the goal. One soldier down. They can't see anything, but I can. Soldier right there. Good thing he doesn't look up. Why he doesn't see me? Yeah, the MGS2 or the Metal Gear 2 alert theme is pretty great. Makes sense because it's Gray Fox. He was featured in Metal Gear 2. Three soldiers standing in the same spot. Three more to go. Yeah, I'm in time though. One that way. Might not be able to get it in time. That's okay. I like playing this mode anyway, even though I'm not doing too well on the getting it in time. Oop. One more to go. One dude left over. Not sure if we can find him in time though. But I did. Boom. I say boom, even though that's probably the worst time. So yeah, I feel like some people could do this within like 2 minutes. But well, I'm just doing a highlight thing. I'm not trying to show off like super skills or anything. I'm just showing out this as a highlight reel because again, not that many people highlight this game as often as they should. But now moving on to the next mission. Did it. Ninja level 3. Find and destroy Solid Snake. If you get the wrong person or spotted, the training mission is aborted. Oh. I'm just joking. But yeah. You gotta be careful. Don't want to accidentally eliminate the wrong person. Or get spotted. Which will probably happen. At some point or other. Yep. That guy was looking up. Some of the dudes don't look up, but then other ones are just like looking right at you. Be careful. Okay, there's a dude coming on this way. And there's gonna be a dude on the bottom. Gotta watch out for him. Oh, okay. Not want to do there. Seem to be a dude on the other side. Hard to say. You looking at me? Nah, he's not looking. Alright. Hello. Cool thing too is he actually has Solid Snake sound bites. And his head. And there we go. Now, if he actually got it on a very quick time, he goes, more, more. Or that's good. But yeah, that's only like 3 missions. The other thing too is to unlock the Gray Fox missions, you gotta like go through all these other VR missions and other special modes before unlocking the Gray Fox mode, even though it's the thing highlighted on the game disc and box art. I really wish somebody would just like super hack up or analyze the PC version of VR missions and figure out, you know, how to like hack the game and put or make custom Gray Fox missions, or show like throw him in the Shadow Moses environment and see how different he would play. I think that'd be pretty fun. Now, that's some highlight reels for VR missions. How long have we been going for? Yeah, I mean, you have people who can modify games from like late 2000s to do some pretty crazy mods and other stuff, but like it shouldn't be too hard to figure out how to hack or mod a 15-year-old port of a PS1 game. So I'm surprised nobody has figured out how to make custom Gray Fox missions in a hack or anything for the PC version yet. I mean, I'd fund it. I have a suspicion that later on tonight, or today, depending on your time of day, technically it's already tomorrow for me, but for me I don't consider it tomorrow until I actually fall asleep, but I think pretty soon I'm getting in those emotes, so that's gonna be fun, because my new affiliate status. Been going for almost 2 hours. If anybody in the chat wants me to see, or if anybody in the chat wants to see me play a little bit, a tad bit, the Psychomantis battle, then feel free to sound out. Feel free to sound off. Yeah, I need some water. Can't talk. Feel free to sound off right now if you want to see the Psychomantis fight. If not, then yeah, I can call for a day and then do a full stream dedicated to marathoning more Metal Gear Solid 1 as opposed to going from VR missions to Metal Gear Solid 1. Whatever you guys feel like doing. I mean, I could do like just the Psychomantis fight and then probably call it a stream, or would you prefer watching a fully dedicated MGS1 stream, as in like me going beyond Psychomantis after Psychomantis? Whatever you feel like. I mean, if enough people say they want to see Psycho and don't mind not more MGS1 after that, then I'm okay with that. Or if you prefer tomorrow, I'll probably, yeah, I'm definitely doing some more tomorrow. If you prefer later on today, Psycho Mantis plus more actual Metal Gear Solid 1, like a full stream dedicated to that instead of transitioning from this to Metal Gear Solid 1, then, yeah, feel free to say it. Beyond Psycho Mantis, so you'd prefer a fully dedicated stream to the rest of Metal Gear Solid 1. Alright, that's one vote for that. If I don't see much other votes for anything else, then yeah, I'm okay with just doing a fully dedicated Metal Gear Solid 1 stream later on today / tomorrow. Again, you know, depending on your time zone. Now, mind you, if I do Mantis right now, it's just going to be Mantis. I'm not going to go beyond that. However, if I do that other stream where it's all MGS1, then I'll go past Psycho. You only seen the cutscene movie, so you'd be super into seeing more of the full game. Okay, so I'd say that's like 2 for later on. Okay, that's 1 for Psycho Mantis now, 2 for Psycho Mantis plus rest of MGS1 later. So that's 3 votes. Well, while I'm waiting for that vote, I can just do a little mini thing. Do. I forget if this is a thing that, like, automatically game over if you get caught, so... Okay, I was honestly expecting an alert right there. I did not expect to actually sneak up on him to kill him like that, but whatever. Okay. Huh. Oh, definitely out of bullets now. And I got the cigarettes for some reason. I mean, I'm not doing a full thing here, yeah. I'm just messing around. But, yeah. I think I'm gonna wrap things up here. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. You got to see Detective Solid Snake and some of the Gray Fox mode. I mean, I'll show more of the VR missions later on when I get the chance to, but a lot of people want to see Psycho Mantis and the full mission later on, so either today, yeah, like probably later on today, like way later, definitely after Team 4-Star does their Anime FMK. Gotta see if they're doing another Vermintide or Sea of Thieves stream later on the rest of Monday, but I'll probably go on any time where it does not conflict with any of the streams they're doing, because I gotta help moderate for those. I moderate for everyone who does that on other channels and stuff, so I'll probably be on when I'm 100% sure that none of them are doing anything anytime soon. So that way you get at least 2 hours of Metal Gear Solid 1, plus Psycho Mantis. But, yeah, thanks for everybody coming. Really appreciate it, and, let me put it back in the main menu. Exit. Do not save, because if I don't save, then I could show that special Metal Gear Ray art again. Anyway, thanks for coming, and, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Hopefully the emotes will come in later today. It's been a few days since I submitted them, so maybe they'll come in. Anyway, I'll see you later, everybody. Signing out. Metal Gear.